In the late 16th century, Europe was embroiled in a race to explore and conquer the New World. As the age of exploration reached its peak, powerful nations like Spain, Portugal, and France had already made significant strides in their overseas expeditions, securing vast territories and bountiful resources. But one nation had yet to make its mark in the uncharted lands across the Atlantic: England. Enter Sir Walter Raleigh, an ambitious English explorer, courtier, and favorite of Queen Elizabeth I. Recognizing Raleigh's potential and the opportunity to establish a foothold in the Americas, the Queen granted him a charter to explore and colonize the newfound lands. This charter not only allowed Raleigh to claim the territories he discovered in the name of the English crown, but it also paved the way for the establishment of the first English colonies in America. The stage was set for an extraordinary adventure into the unknown. Sir Walter Raleigh, armed with the support and blessings of his queen, was about to embark on a journey that would change the course of history. Little did he know that his efforts would give rise to one of the most perplexing mysteries of all time: the Lost Colony of Roanoke. The first Roanoke colony. Imagine the excitement and anticipation of the English in the late 16th century, as the New World promised untold riches and opportunities for expansion. With this fervor, the stage was set for Sir Walter Raleigh's ambitious plan to establish a colony in the Americas. The 1584 expedition. In 1584, Raleigh sent an expedition led by Philip Amadas and Arthur Barlow to explore the eastern coast of North America. They made contact with the friendly Secotone and Croatoan tribes, who lived on the outer banks of present-day North Carolina. Upon their return, Amadas and Barlow brought back tales of a land rich in resources and fertile soil, painting an idyllic picture of the New World. With Queen Elizabeth I's support, Raleigh wasted no time in organizing the first colonization attempt. First settlers arrive. Under the command of Sir Richard Grenville, the first group of settlers, including soldiers, miners, and scientists, arrived at Roanoke Island in 1585. They quickly began constructing a fort and establishing relations with the local Native American tribes. The land, however, wasn't as bountiful as they had hoped. The colonists faced numerous challenges from the very beginning. Struggles and conflict. With dwindling resources and growing tensions, the situation in Roanoke became increasingly dire. When Sir Francis Drake arrived on a privateering voyage in 1586, he offered the struggling colonists passage back to England. Seizing the opportunity to escape their desperate circumstances, the majority of the settlers accepted Drake's offer, abandoning the first Roanoke colony. The second Roanoke colony. As we venture into the heart of our tale, we find ourselves in 1587, 2 years after the first attempt to establish a colony on Roanoke Island had failed. Sir Walter Raleigh, the ambitious and tenacious English explorer, remained committed to the dream of an English colony in the New World. This time, he assembled a new group of settlers, 117 in total, comprising men, women, and children, hoping that a more diverse mix would improve the chances of success. Relations with the local Native American tribes were strained from the outset. The colonists' presence and their attempts to establish a settlement were met with suspicion and hostility. The settlers found themselves in a precarious situation, needing the help of the Native Americans to survive, yet unable to bridge the divide that separated them. As the days turned into weeks and the situation on Roanoke Island grew increasingly dire, a decision was made. John White would return to England, leaving his family and fellow settlers behind to seek help and supplies from the English crown. Little did they know that this fateful decision would change the course of their lives forever and give birth to a mystery that would endure for centuries. John White's fateful return. Finally, in 1590, after countless delays and setbacks, White secured passage on a small fleet of privateers. The journey was fraught with danger as they navigated treacherous waters, braving storms, and narrowly avoiding Spanish warships. When they finally reached the shores of Roanoke Island, White's heart raced with anticipation and dread, unsure of what awaited him. Under the light of a full moon, White and his crew made their way to the settlement. The first thing that struck him was the eerie silence that hung over the island like a shroud. The once thriving colony was now a ghost town. The houses, which had been hastily constructed, were now dismantled. The colonists, their belongings, and even their livestock were gone without a trace. It was as if the earth had swallowed them whole. Theories and investigations. As the sun set on the empty Roanoke settlement, John White must have been overwhelmed by a sense of helplessness and despair. The mysterious carvings seemed to taunt him, offering the only clues to the fate of his friends and family. Over the centuries, numerous theories have attempted to explain the baffling disappearance of the Roanoke colonists. In this chapter, we will delve into the most compelling explanations, examining the evidence that supports or challenges each one. Assimilation with Native Americans. The theory of assimilation with the nearby Croatoan tribe remains the most widely accepted explanation for the colonists' disappearance. The carving of Croatoan could have served as a message for White, pointing him towards the new location of the settlers. Indeed, later archaeological findings have unearthed English artifacts in Native American settlements, suggesting that the two groups might have joined forces for survival. However, critics argue that the evidence is circumstantial and that definitive proof of the settlers' fate remains elusive. Attacked by Native Americans. Another theory posits that the Roanoke colonists fell victim to an attack by hostile Native American tribes. The tensions between the settlers and their neighbors were well documented, and the dismantled houses might suggest that the colony faced a sudden threat. The settlers could have been forced to abandon their homes, leaving behind the cryptic carvings as a desperate message for White. However, this theory has its flaws. The lack of remains or signs of violence at the site contradicts the idea of a brutal attack. Furthermore, White found the colony in an orderly state, with no indications of a hasty departure. Spanish attack. The ongoing Anglo-Spanish War of the time provides the backdrop for another theory, that the Spanish attacked and destroyed the Roanoke colony. The Spanish were aware of the English presence in the region and sought to oust them from the New World. The Spanish could have discovered the vulnerable Roanoke settlement and decided to strike, eliminating their rivals in the process. While this theory is tantalizing, no concrete evidence supports it. Spanish records make no mention of an attack on Roanoke, and a lack of violence or remains at the site further weakens this explanation. Natural disaster. A powerful natural disaster, such as a hurricane, could have spelled doom for the Roanoke colonists. The region is prone to severe storms, and a devastating hurricane might have forced the settlers to flee or even caused their deaths. However, this theory doesn't account for the Croatoan carving or the absence of remains. It seems that there's more to the story than a simple act of nature. The Dare Stones. The Dare Stones, discovered in the 1930s, are a series of inscribed rocks that some believe to contain messages from the Roanoke colonists. The first stone, allegedly written by Eleanor Dare, John White's daughter, describes the colonists' journey inland and the hardships they faced, including the deaths of Eleanor's husband and daughter. However, the authenticity of the Dare Stones is hotly debated, with many experts considering them an elaborate hoax. The mysterious allure. For more than 4 centuries, the disappearance of the Roanoke colonists has captured the imagination of historians, writers, and enthusiasts alike. The story has all the elements of a captivating mystery: a group of intrepid settlers, a remote and uncharted land, and a baffling enigma with no apparent solution. The Lost Colony of Roanoke has inspired countless books, documentaries, and even fictional adaptations, from works of historical fiction to modern-day TV series, such as American Horror Story. The Lost Colony's legacy. The story of the Roanoke colony holds a unique place in American history. As the first English settlement in the New World, it symbolizes the determination, courage, and ambition that characterized the age of exploration. The disappearance of the colonists serves as a reminder of the challenges and uncertainties faced by the early settlers, as well as the complex relationships between European colonizers and Native American tribes. Moreover, the Lost Colony has left an indelible mark on American folklore and popular culture. The tale of Roanoke has evolved into a cautionary tale, illustrating the dangers of venturing into the unknown and the unpredictable nature of the world. From urban legends to paranormal theories, the mystery of Roanoke has captured the essence of the American spirit of adventure, exploration, and the eternal quest for the truth. In conclusion, as the story of the Lost Colony of Roanoke continues to captivate and bewilder, it serves as a testament to the human desire for knowledge and the irresistible allure of the unknown. The enduring mystery fuels our fascination and reminds us that history is not just a series of dry facts but a living, breathing tapestry of intrigue, adventure, and discovery.